Hello and welcome. I'm MVP and we're playing FM21 and we're in season 2 of our 2030 save. So this is July the 1st, 2031 and it's going to be the 31-32 season. I've brought you back on this day because our pre-transfers have come through and the transfer sagas are already happening. So it makes perfect sense to me to show you where we stand at this early stage. We have received our schedule as well, which is nice. We open against Frozen. Oh, that's definitely a team that got promoted last year. Yep, they came second in Serie B. Frosinone? That does not sound right, does it? I'm very sorry to whoever supports this club and it lives there, but I cannot pronounce that. So our first big test is probably going to be this Roma and Milan double here in October. Looking towards January gets a bit spicy here. Our first game in January is Inter, and then we play them 10 days later in the Super Cup final. Yeah, that's kind of it. I'm basically just looking out for the Milan clubs now, Inter and AC Milan, obviously. The final few games looking pretty tough as well. Lazio and Inter in there. So, I mean, I feel good. I think the league is going to be the aim. We retain the league. Well, our main objective for this season is to do better in Europa League. Europa League? No, sorry. Champions League. I meant Europe. I would not like to be in the Europa League again, because if we end up there and don't win it again, questions are going to be asked. So I'd like to get through our group stage this time. So what we're here for, transfers. So let's go to our inbox and we can see that 8 players have arrived. Officially completed signing of 8 players with a total outlay of 21.64 million. Some of these we have paid money for. Some of them have come in on pre-contracts, which is also nice. We're going to send them all on intensive language courses, obviously. So we're going to start at the top with Mislav Pulic. Yeah, gotta be. So signed for cheaps, £650,000, only on a £25,000 a week contract. 19 years old. Description as a wonder kid. Bosnian with 10 caps at 19 years old is pretty good. And I think his ability mainly lies in his physical technique. He's got 18 acceleration, 18 agility, and 18 pace. He is rapid. His crossing and dribbling isn't bad. Neither is his finishing. But obviously at 19 years old, he's got a lot of time to hone his skills. But this is promising. 2.5-star ability, 5-star potential. And we signed him from Osijek, which is the Croatian side, where I'm assuming, yeah, he came through the youth setup. So I thought for just over £500,000, this guy is worth a punt. So happy to have him on board. He'll probably be loaned out. Now, a big signing. Uli Hein is a German goalkeeper with 2 caps. Comes in from Mainz. Only paid £3.5 million for him, which I think is quite cheap for a goalkeeper of this caliber, especially a German international. And he, going forward, is going to be our main goalkeeper, and Popov is going to be our cup goalkeeper / secondary. And that is because Unai Simon has gone. And my logic is, Unai Simon was 35 years old, I think. We're going to take a look at him anyway in a minute. But his ability was 2.5-star. We were paying him 300 grand a week. And, okay, he was a team leader. I understand that. But I think we can do better. I think Hein is a straight swap. I think he's just as good, if not maybe a little bit better. And this also gives Popovic some time to grow up and get better, because these two are very much level pegging, both 2.5-star players. As you can see on the diagram below, Hein probably edges it overall. Even though Popovic has better shot stopping, the physical attributes, distribution, aerial, and the communication all go in his favour. But I don't think Popovic is far off first team, especially if he keeps developing the way he does. So that's exciting. But I think Hein in for Simon is the right thing to do. So he comes in, 26 years old, should be good. Scott Herron, a Northern Irish midfielder, 24 years old, 3-star current, 3-star potential. Brought him in for free from Hoffenheim, from Man City, where he came up through the youth system. This is the kind of guy that just goes out on loan year after year. And I thought, why not? I like his passing ability. I like his technique. He's got good pace in him. You know, I think he's a handy player to have. 45 caps for Northern Ireland. I know not the most distinguished of international sides, but a player who knows the international stage and is very consistent. End of, really. Not looking to play him as a playmaker, although his passing is good. I don't think his vision is good enough for that role. So as a Mazzala, or perhaps a box-to-box midfielder, he has got good physical attributes. His tackling would need to improve for that. But I think he's a very handy utility player to have. And I'm a big fan of packing out our midfield, which I thought was a little weak last season. As good as we were, it would have been nicer to have more options in midfield. Looking over at another free transfer here, Andres Hartman, 19-year-old winger, German. No international caps as of yet, obviously, but capped at under 19 level. 1.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. For a free from PSG where he came through, that's fine. No problems here. Future prospect. If he makes it, great. If he doesn't, we'll sell him for a profit. I can live with that. Then we get on to a really big signing. Mauro Alulias. He is a Mexican midfielder, 5 caps already at 21 years old. 4-star current ability, 4-star potential. He is a midfield maestro, and he is the non-EU player we're bringing in this year. This is the one. We only paid £12 million from Santos Laguna for him, and money well spent. This guy, he's got it. His passing is good, but then you get into his other, attributes. 19 decisions, 18 vision, 17 work rate. He can even tackle. This guy is insane value for the money that we've paid for him. And Mirangela and Abrahamson are going to have a tough time getting their way into the squad, next to this guy. But he's also quite versatile. We can play him as a Mazzala. His long shots are half decent. His finishing is half decent. He's good. He's great. He comes in as our best midfielder. Aside from Yuri Delati, who is still here. But he won't be playing in midfield anytime soon, I think. So, yeah, a big signing for us. And, yeah, for the money, it was just a no-brainer for me. So, Mario Aluas comes in. Then we have another free transfer that I'd rather not spend too much time on, Juan Ramon. 1.5-star current, 3-star potential. He was free, and he's got okay stats in some places. He might not make it. Oh, well. Another big signing for first team action, Erasmus Bisgard. He is a good player. So can play anywhere along the front three. 25 years old, 60 caps for Denmark. 20 goals in that time. 3-star current, 3-star potential. I think that's a bit... the problem is the star ratings when you're at this level are a bit skewed, I think. Because I think he's better than that. But because we've got Yuri Delati, because we've got... who's our centre back? Delict. There we go. I think those players, because they are so good, skew the rating system a bit. Because Gnonto's considered a 3.5-star player. He absolutely rocked the league last season. So I think he's better than that. Enough about my problems with the star ratings. He's really quick. That's where his ability lies. Very good on the ball. Okay passing, but very good dribbling. Very good first touch. Pace, agility, acceleration, all very good. So he comes from Barcelona on a free, where they paid £20 million to get him from Midtjylland. He's been loaned out the past couple of seasons, and he has been getting regular football, and it's not like he's been bad. 5 goals, 3 assists, and 18 appearances, probably a lot of them from the bench. Yeah, only 9 starts in the league. So, more than every other game he starts, he scores. But yeah, let him leave on a free, that's fine. We've had to give him quite a bit of money, 130 grand a week. Well, that's not too bad. I guess that's not too bad for an international of this caliber anyway. So yeah, he's here to pack out the front three, which is always good. And then last but not least, we've got Darko Jovic, who is another wonder kid, another Bosnian wonder kid. The other guy was Bosnian as well, wasn't he? What is... Where are these Bosnian wonder kids coming from? What is going on? I don't have the Bosnian nation loaded at all. So this is weird. I only just noticed this. That's really weird. Capped 10 times at 19 years old. He's a right back, 2.5 star current ability, 4.5 star potential. If he reaches that, I'll be over the moon. But for... okay, we did splurge a little bit on this one. £5.5 million from Osijek in the Croatian league. I think he's going to make it. And to be honest, at 2.5 star ability, he's as good as Claudio Mochin. Let's just quickly compare him with said Claudio Mochin. Mochin. So, Jovic takes defending, aerial, and technical, equal in attacking, equal in speed, but Mochin takes mental by a bit, physical, and vision. So, to be honest, I think Darko Jovic can fit into the squad. No problems with that. Yeah. I think I'd rather have him than Mochin, to be honest. At least get him some game time so he can get better. I also love the name Darko Jovic. I think that's really cool. But yeah, this Bosnian Wonder Kid setup seems to be going really well. That's mad. They've both got 10 caps. This is so weird. I've got to have a look at the Bosnian side now. So they've got a defender who's at Valencia, who's pretty good by the looks of it. They've got a 19-year-old at Mönchengladbach, another centre-back. Let's scout him. Another 19-year-old. What? Oh, this is our guy. Okay, right, that's fine. I thought there was another 19-year-old. That'd have blown my mind. So our other guy isn't actually in here, is he? No. Okay. Ooh, a 6'5" goalkeeper. He's 31 years old. That's a shame. I'd have been interested in that. Wow, okay. Well, either way, there's some good youth coming through at Bosnia and Herzegovina. So, going all the way back. That is the players we've signed so far. Now, I do have to inform you about a transfer that I thought was going to happen. And I was going to blow our entire transfer budget on it and not even be worried about it. So, our current transfer budget is 38 million. We've got a 70% transfer revenue from sales at the moment. I'm hoping to bump that up a little bit. And we're £200,000 over on our wage, well, £100,000 over on our wage budget. But yeah, I was going to blow the lot and possibly everything from next season as well on one player. And I'm gutted because he didn't come to us. He chose PSG. So, I'm not sure if you remember from last season, Gert van Dijk, 25-year-old Belgian international, 60 caps, and look at those stats. One of the best defenders I've ever seen in Football Manager. Unbelievable stats, honestly. And instead of coming to us, staying in Italy, he went to Paris Saint-Germain. Pretty mad about it, to be honest. pretty mad. He would have been so good as the heart of our defence. And I would have figured everything else out. Like, I wouldn't have even cared that we spent so much money on him because he would have been worth it. He would have absolutely been worth it. 4.5-star current ability. 91 on the scout summary. We don't care about a competitive streak, but look at all that. Well, we missed out on Gert van Dijk. That's a shame. So, yeah. Sad about that. Let's look at the other transfers that have happened as well. So, go to our transfer history. We've lost 2. So, we know about Unai Simon, who has gone to Sheffield United. I mean, fair enough to him. That's fine. We don't mind. He's had to, like, take a massive cut in wages. But that was the main problem, I think, with him. If we weren't paying him that much, I wouldn't have minded him keeping him around. But he wanted so much money. Where is Sheffield in the league? They got promoted 2 seasons ago and they finished 16th last season. See, that says to me we made the right decision. Because if that's the kind of club he's had to go to, then he's clearly not what we want in terms of European greatness, is he? If he's the goalkeeper at Sheffield United. And finally, praise the Lord, Ahmed Kuchu. I didn't even bother learning his name. This guy is finally gone. He got a grumpy on because I wanted to sell him. I then refused to play him once. He only played for the under-23s since I came in. I got loads of offers in and he rejected them all. But finally this season, he's got the gist of what's going on. After not playing football for an entire year, he finally thought it might have been a good idea to leave. So he just lost a year of his life. But he's gone to China, and we got 16 million quid for it. Like, I'm pretty pleased about it. Most of it is in add-ons and over time, but I think it was only £4 million up front, but I don't even care. I'd have taken the 4 million and been happy with it. So £16 million for a player we didn't want and didn't play. Perfect. Sounds good to me. And that is everybody caught up. So I guess we'll either see our opening game. Well, I guess that's probably the next best place to come in is against Frisone. It's definitely not right. We've arrived at the first game of the season against Frisone, and it's only been a couple of weeks. This transfer window is just something else. We have sold one of our best players, and I'm really gutted about it. But it's our own fault. We tried to make him stay, but in the end, we were forced to agree that if somebody paid more than £60 million for him, we'd let him go. And that's what happened. Serge Traore, our number 1 left back, has left Juventus and has gone to Tottenham. So much is happening in between. I think the actual finances in the deal I'll go through in a second, were something like 40 odd million up front and then 20 odd million behind. So in the end, it's gonna net us about 65 million pounds, I think. But we haven't got 100% of the transfer revenue made available to us. For some reason, they just won't give it me. They keep notching it down, and I ask for it to be increased, and then they knock it back down again. I mean, you know, there's 109 million pounds or 90 million pounds in the bank, so I don't know what they're worried about. But at the moment, we have a transfer budget of 75 million pounds, which is a lot of money. A lot of money. So we definitely have room, you know, to maneuver. But honestly, the left back situation in the global save is just abysmal. There's no one out there to the point where we're having to play this first game of the season with Deleti at left back and Mochin at right back, and that's kind of all we've got. So let's just quickly look at the transfers that have been made. So we'll go from the date. I mean, to be fair, most of these are loans with options to sell, whatnot. But top of the fee list, Serge Traore, £50 million up front, 64 in total at Tottenham. And he wanted to leave. And I didn't want him to. He was a very good left back, had a really good season with us. But you know what? A profit of nearly £50 million. It's a big deal for a club. And I think it was just the right decision. I don't think keeping him around would have benefited us. On the flip side, something magnificent has happened. Yuri Delati no longer wants to leave. He is happy being at Juventus, and we're so pleased about it. Because if we were forced to sell Yuri Delati as well, I might have resigned. Because this dude is just so good. I mean, I'm definitely going to be playing him more attacking than we did last season. And even then, he did pretty well. So, getting involved in the game more. Just great stats. Great player. So glad Yuri Delati is sticking around. And you know what? Between the two of them, Delati is the one I'd keep over Traore. So, that's what's happened in that sense. I don't think we've actually made any other signings that are of any note. We have got stuff in the works. So, looking at the transfer centre, we're in for a couple of centre-backs. Wilson Pena from Benfica, who we looked at originally last season in a deal worth £44 million, 22-year-old, Portuguese. We'll be playing him at centre-back. He is only 6'1", which is a little short. I mean, I like 6'2" and above, but 6'1's fine. A great player. 18 tackling is his main, selling point. And I'd be pretty happy to bring him in. But also, we have Rafa. I've been practicing this surname just so I don't get it wrong. Seixas? Yeah, that's it. Seixas. So Rafa Seixas, another Portuguese centre-back, bit older, 26-year-old, but he has got 30 caps for Portugal, and 18 tackling as well, but it can come in a bit cheaper, a bit more well-established, bit taller, 6'4". So we're in for a Portuguese centre-back, and honestly, I might sign both. It would be half our transfer budget, but it would allow Malang Sarr to play on the left more. I don't know. I am trying desperately to sign a left back. There's this one from Madrid who I really want, but he's got a £97 million release clause, and they're just digging their heels in, and I just don't want to pay that. I know his crossing's terrible, but he's got good dribbling. His passing's okay, but he's just got good fitness. He can get up and down the wing. I like him. I think he would be a good replacement. But it's tough. It really is. Even with all this money, it's just not enough. Unless I spend it, I can get any player I want, but it would be our entire transfer budget. And it's just, we need to bring in a few players. So I can't just go out and, do a Gnotto. Anyway, getting into the first game of the season. We are at home. I have been training in a secret new formation, which I'm not going to debut yet because it's not ready. The team familiarity with it is just not good enough, so we're not going to do that today. So, for our first game back in the new season in 31-32, it's going to be a debut for Uli. I can never. Uli Hein. It's going to be Hein anyway. So Hein in net, a back for Mochin, Sarr, Sukachi, and Delati. That looks, it is unchanged. A midfield three of Mirangila, Aluyas, and Ru. Aluyas, I think that's right. And then a front three of Neto, Godotto, and a start for Bisgard, who I'm pretty excited about. I mean, I did toy with starting Pulisic, but I really want Bisgard to hit the ground running because he could be a valuable asset. 60 caps, 20 goals for his country. You know, played at Barcelona his whole career, basically, after well, okay, not his whole career, but he's been there for 5 years. Been out on loan at some big clubs as well, and he's been good. So I'd like to see him start. So that's what we're going with. We have changed this slightly. We're now playing with Mirangila as a Mazzala and having Aluyas as the playmaker. This was a box-to-box midfielder instruction before with Antonio, but we'll see how that goes. A lot of unfit players for now. I'm interested to get Puljic. I really need to look at how to pronounce these names. There's a lot of weird ones. One of our Bosnian lads. I want to get him involved too because he could be pretty good. But other than that, Scott Herron's on the bench as well. Our Northern Irish freebie from Man City. So looking to bring him on. Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a few new faces around, and it's nice. Darko Jovic is injured, so that's another problem we've got at left and right back. Because, you know, if we do really struggle, I do want to bring Darko Jovic into the squad, and because he's under 22 years old, I don't have to register him, and it would be good for him to get first team experience, but typically opening game of the season in one he could play injured. Something else that I just want to mention, there was a incredible right back on the transfer list at Southampton for £70 million, and I was going to pay it. Then I realised England's not in the EU anymore, so bringing in an English player counts as a non-EU slot, and we've spent our one on Aluyas. So, yeah, can't bring in any English players. That's really unfortunate. But let's get into this game. I'm a little worried about the back four. I mean, do we want to start them this way around? Yeah, I think we do. So we'll do that. But I think attacking prowess, we should be fine. As you can see, Casio Neto now a 4-star player, rated probably the best at the club, alongside Aluyas, even if his stats have dropped a scooch. But yeah, he's insane. So that less than £13 million was an absolute bargain. Godotto taking the armband today. Unfortunately, Delict injured as well, so short at centre back. Yeah, I think we should have we definitely should have enough to turn over Frisone, even if they are playing in the mighty yellow kit. Del Pupo. I like that name. Mirangila here with the corner. First highlight of our new season. And the goalkeeper for Frisone can gather that easily. Plays it forward, but our defence is all over it. Delati now has space to run. Plays in Rue. And Rue with an absolute screamer! 6 minutes into the season, and Rue is making a statement. What a strike. I mean, he just collects the ball, turns around, and that was honestly one of the best goals I've ever seen. Oh my God, Julian Rue. Oh. Sorry, I'm going to need a minute to recover from that. Talk about a strong start. Mochin playing in Rue again. Probably going back out to Mochin, I imagine. No. Yep, there it is. Can he find the ball? No. Runs past his man. Aluyas. Rue? No. Sakachi? Is it going to be another absolute stomper from 40 yards out now? Neto, Ganoto. Bisgard, everyone's getting involved. Frizzoni cannot clear their lines, and Neto in the end with the header going over. Oh man, I think we've just seen the goal of the season. It had to be. That was madness. Delati just played him in. He turns around, looks up, and just absolutely hits it. Just on a, It's the kind of goal, if it was in real life, I'd watch it four or five times over. Just going, love it. Absolutely love it. That's got to be offside. Oh my God. What is it with these goals? Oh, Kanoto with the finish there. I think Mirangila plays a big ball over. And Kanoto hits it on the volley. In off the crossbar and the post. And back out again. Talk about incredible goals. We've just seen two fantastic finishes. And we're only 25 minutes into the season. Man, this Juventus side, I'm feeling good about. If we can fix the defensive situations now, Mirangile, stop it, you. But yeah, if we can fix this defensive situation now, I think we could go far. I'm feeling really good about this. Really good. Delati. Bisgard's in. Off the side of the post. He absolutely lashed it at the goal there. Probably a bit less power and a bit more finesse might have been in order. Yeah, I mean, we just need more defensive cover, which is why I'm in for two defenders, and I'm probably going to sign them both. Rue trying his luck again, and from the outside, just outside the box, and just cannons off the crossbar. Oh, the stanchion in the corner anyway. Man, I'm actually breathless. This has been such a good first half. Some magical goals going on. Mirangila, Bisgard. I really want Bisgard to score one now. Aluyas looking very comfortable in a Juventus shirt already. Finds Rue again. Into Neto. It's blocked and away. Mochin will recover. Aluyas. Delati. Mirangila. Aluyas gets one on his debut. And our little Mexican midfielder, he's only 21 years old. And he's just clearly already a superstar. So much time and space. A lethal finish from Aluyas. I mean, look at the stats going on here. It's not even half time yet. I am so impressed. I really am. I'm a genius. I'm a managerial icon right now. What a first half. Very, very pleased with that first half. I'm going to let it get to 55 minutes and then I'm going to make some substitutions. Because this is just... I feel sorry for Frizzoni. What are they supposed to do against this? And we're going to get stronger. We need to make signings. Aluyas playing in Mirangila. Delati. Neto now. Back to Neto. Delati. Pinging it around. And Frizzoni just can't even get close. Who's going to be the one to break forward? Aluyas looking ahead. Goes out wide. Gets into the box. Plays it low. Delati. Oh, saved from the Frizzoni goalkeeper. Trying to recover some sort of dignity, I guess. To be fair, though, I don't think he could have saved... He definitely couldn't have saved the first two goals. The third one, maybe he could have done better, but... There's absolutely no way he even had a chance with the first two. Right. I'm going to change it up. I want to bring on Pulic. Pulic, we'll go with that. So, but I don't want to take off Bisgard yet. So I think Neto can come off. We'll put Pulic on the right. Bisgard on the left. Who else do we want to come on? Scott Herron. would like to make a debut, so it can come on for Mirangelo. That's nice. And then I guess we get on... I don't know. Who else? I think we're good with that. I'd like to make a defensive change, but I have no defenders available to me. So that's not happening. Yeah, we'll do that. One thing I think I actually did forget to mention was a little player called Oriol Busquets. No, he hasn't. Pulic! On his debut, he's just come on the pitch. A lovely ball over the top from Roof from the free kick. Pulic timing in his run, and I don't know, who's number 19? Is that Gnotto? Just playing it around him. Well, that'll be Mochin, won't it? Sorry. Mochin moves out of the way, and Pulic with the full volley. Wow. 19-year-old Bosnian international. Another free kick here for Juventus. Scott Herron standing over it. Scott Herron hitting the post, and Malang Sarr was offside. You know what? This is actually quite an interesting little thing, because I completely forgot to change the free kick instructions, so I don't know who's taking the free kicks at the moment. So quite surprised to see Scott Herron stood over it, but we won't question. I think it's time for Ruud to come off. He's looking a little tired, so we can bring on Pulisic. He can play in the middle. And can we make any more substitutions? No, we cannot. So that'll be our lot for today. But wow, what an opening game this has been for us. I mean, I feel pretty good right now. I know this is a weak side. Did they get promoted last season? Probably. I don't remember playing them in the league last season, so I can imagine that's where they've come from. But I don't even care. The goals that have been scored in this game have been of such a high quality. Such a high quality. Herron playing through Pulic. Playing across for Bisgard with a header. Bisgard gets his goal. Pulic gets an assist. And we're running riot. All these new players looking so at home already. What a takedown and what a cross. Perfect height for Bisgard, who's just got to nod it home. I'm just so impressed. I didn't want to change the instructions. I'd like to drop some praise, because they deserve it. Hein's thinking he's on holiday here. They've had 2 shots, none of which have been on target. Aljuyas with the header away there. Big header. And Pulisic on the break. Is it going to be a 6th? Goes past 1, goes past 2. And makes an absolute mockery of the Frisone defence. And that's another incredible goal. Gunotto's run, splitting the defence. Missed the tackle. Pulisic running around the other defender who was marking Gunotto far too tightly. And the goalkeeper really had no choice there. Pulisic standing over a corner. Is it going to be 7 before the final whistle? I mean, I'm very pleased with 6. Don't get me wrong. I thought if Pulic was going to top bin that, I think I might have flipped the desk. Wow. Yeah. I can't think of any more superlatives for that game. 6-0, 31 shots, 15 on target, an XG of 3. Some incredible goals. Ru, Gnotto, Aljuyas, Pulisic. Pulisic, Pulic, and Bisgard. 6 different goal scorers. And, I mean, greens all around for the average rating. Honestly, wow. Wow. I know they're a team that are not very good. Mirangelo would like a new contract. Well, that's fine, Mirangelo. You can get a new contract. That's no problem. Let's just double check where Frisone have come from, because I have a sneaky suspicion that they got promoted last season. They did. They came up in 2nd last season. So Yeah, I mean, that's probably a bad, a bad marker. It's not exactly, it's not one of the top sides in Italy, is it? But still, a 6-0 win. And in that fashion, yeah, what a game. So happy. Couldn't be happier. Just quickly before we skip ahead to the end of the transfer window, there was one other thing that happened. And that was Oriol Busquets. So he is currently on loan at Atletico Madrid, who have a £20 million optional future fee. I really hope they take it. I wanted Busquets gone, to be honest. I was just trying to recoup the £22 million they spent on him. So the optional future fee was the best I could get. No one was even interested in a current fee or a mandatory fee. So the optional was the best one we can get. So let's just hope he has a good season at Atletico in his home country, and did like him to stay. It's the best we can do for now, isn't it? So let's give Mirangelo a new contract, and we'll get to the end of the transfer window, which is in a few weeks. Basically a week's time. So let's see how we go. So the summer transfer window has come and gone, and a really wild transfer window, that's for sure. I really enjoy how in the Italian transfer roundup we get the biggest major transfer in Gert van Dijk, who was the centre-back that we wanted, that went to Paris Saint-Germain. We get Serge Traore, who was the player we didn't really want to let leave, who went for big money to Tottenham. And then our signing from Barcelona in Erasmus Bisgard for free. I mean, that looks like good business to me. So we were not able to find a replacement left back. We have quite a bit of money to play with as well, and the right player just didn't appear. There was one player. Well, okay, there was two players who I gladly would have had in Matt Robinson, a 26-year-old English international with 30 caps, 4-star ability. I would have paid that money. He's a good player. And a definite upgrade over Serge Traore, right? Couldn't do it. He's English. We've already signed our one non-EU player. And then there was also Mario Diaz from Monaco, 3.5-star current ability left back, 56 caps for Mexico at 24 years old. A pretty good player. Would have paid between 45 and 60 million. Couldn't do it. Non-EU player, doesn't have secondary citizenship information. No, just Mexican. So those were the only two that were available to us to get at a decent price and a good player, value for money. The rest were not. Just not. Even the Italian left back who plays at Barcelona, he's mainly a midfielder. He's only a 3-star left back, and I'm not paying £60 million for this. No way. And they would have wanted more than that. So anyway, enough about my rantings about the left back situation. We did make a couple of signings in the end. So I did opt to buy both Wilson Pena and Rafa Seixas. So they come in as two Portuguese centre-backs for £40 million ish each. Pena a little bit better than the scout report initially thought. 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential. He looks like he's going to be great. He will be playing in defence. He won't be playing in midfield. And then also Rafa Seixas. So £40 million as well. 3-star, but 6'4", big lad, good defender, 30 caps for Portugal. Solid signing. Very solid signing indeed. So my thoughts on our current situation, if we go to the squad depth. Obviously, options up front, Gnonto and Neto stays the same. We have got Vlahovic still knocking around, so can come in, and Bisgard can play up front as well. On the left, Casio Neto, and then I guess a mixture of Ferran Torres, Pulisic, and Yuri Serio. Yuri Serio, by the way, Leipzig came in with a £50 million offer for Yuri Serio. Didn't leave, even if I tried to persuade him to. So, yeah, for a player who played 14 times for us last season and only notched 4 assists, 7 times starting, 7 times from the bench, £50 million was a lot of money. So, a little bit gutted Yuri Serio is still around. Anyway, that's the left wing situation. Attacking midfield, Julian Roux will be commanding that spot. But, you know, Torres, Pulisic can play there. Antonio can play there. Bisgard can play there. Along this front three, we have a lot of versatility. On the Torres, on the right, I imagine Pulisic, Torres, that'll be their main source of starts and games, along with Bisgard as well. Midfield, we're stacked now. We really are stacked in midfield. So, Elias mainly playing along with Antonio, Abrahamsen, Mirangela, and Scott Herron as well. And Pena can play there if we need him to. Centre back, Delict obviously starting most games. Sakachi, Seixas, and Pena will be playing. So they will be the 4 main centre backs. Our starting left back is going to be Malang Sarr. I've looked at it. He's not bad. It says full back. He can play wing back, no doubt. He's got the acceleration and the agility. You know, he's not bad. So that's what we're going to go with. And then Delati can play on the left if we want him to. He will be mainly starting on the right, but we have got cover on the right in the form of Mochin and Darko Jovic, who I'm hoping will pick up star rating wise soon. And then in net now we have not two new goalkeepers, sorry. We have the new goalkeeper in Uli Hein, who's going to be our starting goalkeeper, and then Popovic deputising in his absence, playing most cup games and hoping he gets better soon. And if he does, he'll be the number 1 goalkeeper for years to come. I know his potential abilities dropped, but this is pretty standard for goalkeepers. 2.5 star at the moment is a pretty good goalkeeper. So if he makes it to a 3.5 star goalkeeper, that's world class. So yeah, I'm excited now. I mean, there's still we can still improve this squad, and we have money to do so. You know, it's still in the works, but I'm feeling more and more confident. And that first game back was just something else. We have had our Champions League group drawn. It's a doozy. We've got Man City, Ajax, and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Not going to be an easy group to qualify from. Obviously, we'll be looking at taking down Ajax and Gladbach. City's going to be a different kettle of fish. But I think we can definitely qualify from this group. Something we didn't do last time. But I'm happy with the depth we've got at the squad. There's only a few positions that I'm slightly concerned about. And if there are issues, we have got contingency plans. Looking ahead at the schedule now, I think we'll come back for our first Champions League games. Do we do Ajax and Napoli? Where did Napoli finish last season? Wow. 16th. They ain't good anymore. Don't bother about Napoli. So yeah, we'll do Ajax and Borussia Mönchengladbach away and home. Sounds good to me. Thanks for watching this season opener special. I'm expecting another league win. I'm hoping to get further into the Champions League. Obviously, it's a difficult competition to win, so we'll see how we get on with that. I've been MVPete. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.